Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read. It is a 7-deck read. It is for the Divine Masculine, but it also affects the Divine Feminine in her Masculine. Again, it's 7 decks. There's a lot of energy on the table. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. Some of the messages will be for everybody, and some of the messages will be for a few or perhaps for a group. The main deck is the SIRIAN STARSEED deck. We have the Mini Rider WAITE, the Tarot Sexual Magic, the Numerology deck, as well as the Gilded Tarot and the Universal Golden Tarot. So I do want to get right into this. This is a big read. It is March 28th, 2020 today. And the 28 is the Two of Wands, or the Twin Flames. So it's literally about that choice in the path, co-creation, and the day adds up to 35, 8 today. And 35 is the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, which also attributes to Mary Magdalene at times. It's an 8. 8 is the manifestation of dreams, as opposed to the 4, which is more of a survival thing. And then the 28 is also a 1, so there's a lot of masculine energy, very driven, focused, self-oriented energy here. So the 9 of Wands are the Wounded Warrior, and the 2 of Wands in choosing a path, and the need to surrender. So the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 1040 to 41, which is the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups. So a lot of loving energy there. And then the underlying energy, where you see the tower over here standing up, you see this, the tower right there. That underlying energy came up at 10:51:52, which I was guided to write down the time right then, and then 51:52 is the King and Queen of Swords. And that's where the tower was the underlying energy, and then the Lovers, and then the Moon. And the read was done at 11:03 to 04, which is the Justice of 11, and 3 and 4 are the Empress and the Emperor. The major arcana for this read were Luna and Starseed, which is the Moon, and the Fool. And before the read, because I do pull a few cards on either side of the read, before and after. Before the read was the Higher Self, the Chariot, and Reason, which is the Emperor. And after the read, there were no major arcanas coming up. We had 4 cups in the read, 4 wands in the read, and 1 sword. And the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups was the only main court card in the read. We did have the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, and the Get Your Wish card. And they can often be characters. So other than the Knight of Cups, those 2 came up. After the read, we also had the Queen of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Wands come up there. As far as numbers and my code line here from the read, it's all about nature and allowing things to happen naturally. And the numbers that came up were double 8s, double 9s, and as well double 2s. The code line was all about the number 3. It was the number 2, the 1, and the 3, which is the masculine, the feminine, and the third energy, and allowing that to come together naturally. The other numbers that came up were 441, 88, which is the masculine and feminine dancing side by side between their own internal masculine and feminine, and 99, which is all about compassion, major around the world, universal selflessness. 22 is the Fool, 1, 2, 3, jump. 8, 9, 10, begin again. 28 is the Two of Wands, or the Twin Flames, and 89 is the reflection of 98, which is the human body's temperature. And so 89 is more polarizing, you know, heating up or cooling down. And then 12 is the Hangman, 23 is the King of Wands, 35, again, is the 9 of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, 38, the Queen of Cups, and 58, the 4 of Swords, where you meditate and connect in the 5D. So I just want to give you a little clearing here. And it was a very rainy day here, but I got some more tax stuff done today. I hope I'm done now. I think I am. So I hope you guys are all doing okay with that stuff too. And okay, so the code line today. The message I get from acronyms that come up throughout the read were all about nature, which comes from the Numerology deck on that line, that same line that I finish my messages. The telepathy, or your television, right? the connection that you have between you and your twin, was definitely coming up here. And the Two of Chalices or Two of Cups was very significant in the code line. The soulmate energy, one-to-one, looking at each other in the face. Also, TV night was coming up and being the bridge or the gateway to Jesus, and the Two of Chalices, the soulmates, in acing shaman energy in nature. All right, and the shaman's all about the Native American and working with Gaia. So telepathy or television, good bridge of Jesus and soulmates, acing being natural and one with nature. So toggle up, and VAD was coming up in reference to LVADs. So toggle up for heart support. So instead of LVAD, it's TVAD. T is for toggle up. Toggle up for heart support. And by the way, LVAD is left ventricular assist device. And then TEST and EGAN were also coming up here. It's funny because the word device, when I wrote it, looks like dance, and it's below test. So again, the 8 for the masculine and feminine is the dance. So toggle up for heart support with your twin as a test, and EGAN then coming up as well. And EGAN is defined as an earth gravity. And by the way, Wiktionary is my favorite place to look up definitions because it gives it to you from all the different languages. So there's a lot more than you get from the normal dictionary. And also for other definitions around the world, I usually go to en.m.wikipedia.org, so that's usually where my definitions are from. But this is from Wiktionary. EGAN means an earth gravity ELD model, ELD, which also means fire. I looked it up. So whatever model this is, isn't fire, but fire could be associated with it. I just don't know this model. So an earth gravity ELD model, complete to degree, and order 150 from Grace. And then it's listed as EGAN-Grace O2S. EGAN being EIGEN-Grace O2S. So literally from my codes, like I have this special alphabet that they've taught me over the past few years, EGAN breaks down to EIG, which is the bridge, it's code bridge or gateway for me. And then EN, or just capital N, is code Jesus for me. So bridging Jesus dash Grace O2S, which is human embodiment of source, to Sophia. So basically, it's equaling the same thing. One side is bridging Jesus, the other side is bridging Sophia. Some of the other things that came up online were Manfred Egan, who was born 1927, which was actually the same year my father was born. It was actually May 9, 27 for Manfred Egan, a German chemist who won the Nobel Prize in 1967. It also means own, self, appropriate, idiosyncratic, innate, peculiar, private, proprietary, intrinsic, to receive, to be required to have, must, obliged, subordinate, in servitude, belonging to someone else, own of oneself, or proper, special, or unique. And they're all the definitions for this word, or we're all Dutch, German, and Norwegian, which doesn't happen very often. Usually it's much more spread out around the world. So that was the definition of EGAN. So going back to the code line and how it came up in using it was, again, TV, night with a K, and also adept is good. And good night is a theme that comes up here in the read as well. But so good night, or TV is a good night, or TV night, you might be having a TV night with your family, is an after-death test or key in the gateway to Jesus, 2 of heart and emotion to have and to hold as one shaman of nature, or acing the native shaman. Earth gravity fire model and bridge complete to the nth degree. And order 150 is the shadow backed by source, because 15 is the devil, shadow backed by source from Grace, which is the feminine, Sophia, which is the dark side. EGAN-Grace O2S, bridge to Jesus, equals Grace, the high priestess, or his higher self, Sophia. All right, again, doing the Christos Sophia energy there and the balance between them. The light and the shadow, the human embodiment of 2 to Sophia. Not the sun, S-U-N, and the moon, but rather the sun, S-O-N, and the central sun, S-U-N. Okay, so coming up as me and my shadow, not the sun and the moon, but rather the sun, S-O-N, and the central sun of the Sophia. So Luna comes up here as the first card reversed here. And then we have the Two of Pentacles with 3 major arcanas right in a row before Luna, which was Higher Self, Chariot, and Reason, which is the Emperor in this deck, the SIRIAN Starseed deck. So here we go with this read. Okay, take a deep breath, you guys. The new moon, Delta Dawn, the early morning, after juggling, performing, or balancing act of the higher self, which for the masculine is the divine feminine, with their higher self via the chariot, which is the vehicle to which they ascend together, with the emperor, whose vehicle it is, the logical man, or the man of reason, reasonable proof, proof beyond a reasonable doubt, the 3D justice system, or proof reading at 1137 and 38, which is the King and Queen of Cups. So the need for proof, which is also outcomes, which we're always trying to stay away from that, as opposed to staying present in the moment, letting go of the outcome, which has to do with faith, knowing that the universe has control that you don't ultimately, and that's what faith is, to let go. So 1139 then is Justice and the Knight of Wands. Released from prison, a trap, or feeling trapped and anxiety, as the devil waves, walking away and within from the King of Wands reversed, tired of working on details, to research and study every angle of every little thing, as opposed to faith. Working slower and more creatively frees him from anxiety, and the devil or shadow side isn't such a bad guy after all. He is a Capricorn, a goat, so he's a bit horny and chained to his true love in secret. He also climbs and climbs and climbs and never gives up his pursuit, his responsibilities. That the shadow side is just overdoing something that in essence is good, unable to control your desire for it, so why not pick something healthy to have a lot of and have at it? Your creative talents, your love to talk, whatever makes the hours pass quickly for you because you get lost in it. That's the mission for you, to be love, in whatever aspect of love you enjoy most. If you're addicted to something, then teach it to others. Taking the mystery out of it settles it down. The surprise and mystery is just the unknown. So do you fear it? Or are you inspired by its unfold, its unraveling? Like a good mystery novel, always tempting you to want more, constantly building upon what you already know or just learned, or just like our series of books or series of movies for that matter. Compounded interest, perpetual growth. And then a line from an old song I wrote many, many years ago to my son, which I don't remember all the words unless I look it up, but these lines from my song came up. And this was at 1149, which is Justice and the 9 of Cups, the Get Your Wish card. The stars are out tonight, the stars are out tonight. And don't forget that the sun is a star. So this was referencing the sun as well. The stars are out tonight. I'll always do what's right. I'll teach him of the white light. I'll teach him all I know. I'll just turn out the light and say good night. And whenever adept comes up, good and night both come up because adept means good and it means night as well. So adept is referencing good night here. Also equals the after death test and aiding, and I'm just getting aiding and abetting, but aid and physical therapy and good and night. And by the way, that was from my song Choose Lullaby. The Hermit and the Knight of Cups came together last night, coming clean as king and queen, King of Pentacles in need of his sunshine, his Reiki energy, his central sun, the sun to his one, his illusion, his dreams, being strong, or Leo looking all nice and sweet, a maid or service-oriented in blues, bonnet, or all about cleaning the house all the time, behind the scenes. What you don't see is her shutting his mouth, pacifying, muzzling the beast, as the divine masculine did to the divine feminine, taking away his peace of mind or halting his getaway to a peaceful place with divine lover, unpacking his suitcase or folding laundry to distract herself, or holding head underwater, or holding their breath until lovers come together. The beast on all fours with tail between their legs, punished by not allowing the boat in the water, or threatening to take his boat away, or selling it without his knowledge to punish him at 12:05. And 12 is the hangman, at 5 is the hierophant. And then we turn the page and it comes to the 6, which is 12 and the lovers. So hanging out and the lovers. No peaceful place to go but with divine lover, as Gabriel intervenes to mediate Adam and Eve, explaining that Lilith stole a lion off of Noah's boat, and that's where all the issues started. Grimm's fairy tales. This lion had no balls. The divine masculine sees now the divine feminine's energy reaches him, not his partner. But his sex with his partner does reach the divine feminine. The divine feminine and the divine masculine share their etheric body. Present to the moment, reaching high, growing roots up at the new moon and before dawn to recover from exile, destitution, injuries, and illnesses, left out in the cold, or expedited growth at delta dawn. And delta is that triangle of pooling, right? When there's a split in the path, so if there's a stream or a river, when it splits in two, but there's kind of a stopping point there in a triangle, that's a delta, where the water kind of gets all yucky because it stands still there before it goes off the next fall. So at delta dawn, when the dogs are not out, delta dawn's also coming up as the time, the last couple hours before the sun comes up. There's like a pooling of energy there, which resets you every day, right? So, because you don't feel the same when you wake up in the morning as you did when you went to sleep, because you're not just sleeping, but you're traveling etherically. So the delta dawn has come up over and over here in my reads as this recharge time before the sun rises. So at delta dawn, when the dogs are not out because they're tired from howling all night, the lobster's up in arms, giving him power, upper body strength, taking the rod used for his 30 lashes, 10 times 3 coming up here, out of the field in order to give a proper burial, or a bonfire perhaps. Alchemizing lashes into something useful, and that could be someone taking, if they have a lot of girls in the house, they may be stealing their false lashes. Alchemizing lashes into something useful. The pain into gain, nickel into gold, forgiving and learning, and then underneath that for the masculine was you deserve love. Delta dawn, what's that flower you have on? And lotus was coming up, but could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today to take you to that mansion in the sky? And this is delta dawn from Helen Reddy. She's 41 and her daddy still calls her baby. All the folks around Brownsville say she's crazy because she walks downtown with a suitcase in her hand looking for a mystery or a mysterious dark-haired man. In her younger days, they called her Delta Dawn, prettiest woman you ever laid eyes on. Then a man of low degree stood by her side and promised her he'd take her for his bride. Okay, so that was meant to come up as well. So after the 5D world, so that's the masculine spending time with the divine feminine energy, and the divine feminine in the morning again, clearing those dark goats from around the divine masculine's pockets. Defenseless to energies, the King of Wands reversed is tired and coming clean or getting clean, recovering from exile, destitution, injury or illness, without peace of mind or a peaceful place to go. Roses on the ceiling and tulips in the trash. Sex at the glass ceiling when you can't seem to pass through that glass ceiling. Recovering without an olive branch extended, putting the truth back in his sex life to close the gap, and coming clean about his late-night adventures and learning to heal himself without others' help. Instead of cut flowers, going toward flowers and olives and blueberries on the vine, without any twisted pillars involved or sneaking out by the water to have sex without truth, stonewalling the truth. No longer allowing hugs, and this is at 1231, which is the Hangman and the Five of Wands, expansion, conflict, fights, battles, the quest. No longer allowing hugs from manipulators, or so it looks good for the kids. Only sincere motivations in order to be clear at 1232, which is the journey. Personal growth is number 7, and unbeknownst, that must be coming up for somebody, but below personal growth was self-discipline, which is number 41. 7 is the Chariot, 41 is the Ace of Cups, unbeknownst to them. Sudden event or an epiphany before dawn or at the new moon, when the moon and the stars go away, the lovers are freed. After deception and depression from the tower moment, then lovers feel free from anxiety, released from their prison, like the reset after crying, the quantum leap. Clarity comes under the radar, or when no one's paying attention. The moment you least suspect, the King of Wands reversed is tired, sick, or angry. That when he's too tired to fight and then lets go, that is when the clarity comes. When feeling depressed and lover frees you, giving you clarity of surrender. When shadow people no longer matter, all in perspective, how much attention you give it. You need to be knocked off balance to no longer care, for it is in that surrender of control that you find your balance again. Cross keys, crossed fingers, and hope to die. Stick a needle in your eye, another wound to clear. Cross purposes, that which does not serve your higher purpose. Neediness for attention, to be the man of passion, is ego-based, desire. Of this you are clear. Poor Jupiter placement or moon sign doesn't agree with you today. It is darkest before the dawn, but in the dark, crying allows the sun to rise. And then right as I wrote that, it was pouring outside, which is then God's tears at 12:45, which is the Hangman, and the 5 of Cups, which is grieving. So outside was raining, and I looked up, and there was a robin in the tree staring at me in the pouring rain. In the night, the winter, and your old age. That is just your tears. So in the night, the winter, your old age, and your tears. That's just the precursor of the dawn, the light, the sunrise, the sun rays pouring in, the wipers clearing your windshield. Why on earth would you block the wind? Ah, it's too strong. It needs to tone down or be reined in a bit. So some of the groups of cards here, I'm guided to write down the clusters of numbers and then cancel them out to see what the message is. And this came up in 2 different piles. One was that usually it's this pile or this pile that I get the numbers from in these little code things. So the first one after it canceled out became 6 times 7, which equals 42. And also double sixes came up next to each other, which is 66 of the Queen of Pentacles. And 42 is the 2 of Cups, the soulmate energy. The other grouping was 65 and 56, as well as double sevens. 77 is the Sovereign. And so here we have, from the 2 different groups, the Queen of Pentacles and the Sovereign, which can be a mother and child, a mother and a daughter who are very much alike. And then the King of Pentacles, matching the Queen of Pentacles, and the 2 of Swords, which is about being in your knowing and keeping it to yourself. The Queen of Pentacles and Sovereign can also represent the 2 women in the King of Pentacles' life. And the 2 of Swords is keeping quiet about the duality within. The King of Wands reversed, deception, shady lovers, and recovering from being out in the cold or the dark, unable to find peace of mind or a place to be together alone. With the Chariot, vehicle of ascension, there is personal growth. The recent past is the 9 of Wands reversed, the wounded warrior reversed in surrender, choosing a new path left and starting over in separation, ending pain or painful betrayal, and end. The patient angel taking 1 step at a time, and the Queen of Cups reversed may be sad and hanging out to see new perspectives, new avenues or angles to try. Burdened by the High Priestess secret or psychic abilities and disconnect and seeing synchronicities at 12:58, which is the Hangman and the 4 of Swords connecting in the 5D in meditation. At 12:59, which 59 is then the 5 of Swords, the enemy or the war within, no longer bored, in separation, choosing a path and seeing lots of synchronicities. And by the way, all 4 aces were upright in this read. That hasn't happened for a while. The Sagittarius betrayal of connection with the Queen of Cups reversed, High Priestess, or it can be the Viking princess as well, because in this card it very much comes up very Viking energy, or Middle Eastern type energy here. The Queen of Cups reversed, High Priestess or Viking princess or priestess, secret, who's burdened and hanging in limbo, was hung out to dry, the foundation being the Knight of Cups upright, with the Page of Cups upright, and the Star upright, and the Seven of Cups upright, and the Eight of Wands reversed, and Four of Swords reversed, the Knight of Cups offer of love in a loving message in his dreams, and or healing, or a loving healer, synchronicities, and with options, dreams not expressed, holding back desires, unable to sleep, or slept and now rising and awakening in order to come out, and this is the Knight of Cups upright. Found the one, or perhaps out shopping or shopping online, holding back true desires in small message of love or a loving child or puppy love. Rising above, stardom, or in waking dream state, levitating above the stars and floating on air in love. The central energy is the Nine of Cups reversed, unhappy or dissatisfied without their wish. Jesus on the cross was calling out, a wake-up call to action. Final judgment announcement, wake-up call to love your fellow man and woman, a call to prayer around the world as the Seal Divine Feminine marches, and you notice we're in March today, marches to the beat of her own drummer boy, the little drummer boy, comes full circle with her square, crazy eights, 8-8, wrap up both ends to their cord and stent connection. Defenseless to energies and others' opinions and desires, letting go to make repairs and amends, with third party through work and disconnect, unable to meet face to face, or issues at work and getting along with a partner, not seeing eye to eye, letting people go, layoffs, firings, hired, losing money, or losing a business, or just losing business. The truth is presented here, and then walking away and within, not waiting for an outcome. It's like they present the truth and then walk away, whereas before they would have waited for an outcome. Now learning not to look for the outcome. You're going to do what you want to do or what you love to do, not worried about the outcome. You just do what you love and then you walk away. Or you speak your truth. And it doesn't matter what comes back at you. It is your truth. So the challenge being the Two of Cups reversed, the disconnect or breakup, irreconcilable differences. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, dysfunction or loss or spending issues, or loss of family, or old man sends love by giving money, time, or energy in moving in a passionate way, or ensured big delivery arrives from a distance. Perhaps a father releases a trust to his son, or an old man, whether he's here or has passed, sends a message of love by performing after rushing in passionately, juggling, performing, or showing what he's got in a creative way to the Empress reversed, perhaps to cheer her up, or slow down his role to spend time with the Empress reversed, unable to communicate or travel. An old man with a cap on finds a way to express his love to the Empress reversed, or him separate from her but together show an offer of love to the Knight of Wands, perhaps a child, to follow their passions even if they don't agree. So right here it was coming up, parents who don't agree with what their child wanted to do, so they've been fighting them all this time, is now coming around and showing their love by supporting them and offering them money perhaps in their support even though they don't agree. Okay, so this is a big step. All right, so he could be separate from there could be two parents who are not together anymore, but coming together to offer something to this child to support them in their endeavor, even though one or more parents may not agree with what they want to do. This was at 124, which is the Magician and the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands come up together at the end of this read, so that was important. All right, so 125 is the Magician and the Knight of Wands again. In a twist of fate, parents help out, paying out big time to show their love. And that can always be money, but also time and energy. The wounded warrior surrenders to holding their tongue, or cat got their tongue. They are stunned, shocked, frozen, unable to move, or two siblings are defenseless to this gift they've just been given. The Ten of Cups upright, a happy ending or emotional fulfillment, perhaps crying tears of joy and suffering all at the same time, or difficult to walk away after presenting the truth, or didn't realize just speaking their truth got them everything they wanted, not expected. Separation, a three-way party heartbreak, insecure, without tools or without the tools to deal with their emotions, and defenseless or feeling ganged up on, with no work or regarding the disabled or disability claims, perhaps slow in responding with delays in communication and travel, and holding back feelings and true desires. Powerless or loss of money, power, and independence, or financially draining dependence, bleeding out or bleeding you dry, or the Queen of Pentacles is offering passion, causing bleeding, or painful. It's painful and feeling powerless in receiving passion and desire from the Queen of Pentacles or the sealed divine feminine, or one connected to the world, right? Because you're scared that your personal business will get out to the world. The Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Nine of Pentacles reversed, not expressing true desires to each other or between them, or in a heated debate about what's not going right between them. And that was at 144. Now for the masculine is the Three of Wands upright, present to or gift from the Ten of Pentacles reversed in the aftermath of sudden events, the Queen of Pentacles in need of their sunshine, and sends the messenger of truth to the King of Wands reversed, that there ain't no sunshine when he's gone. And it is draining to send these messages of truth, not wanting to hurt his feelings. The Queen of Pentacles, unhappy or dissatisfied, having to be strong and shed light, and tired of being silenced, or tired of Leo or ego silencing the divine masculine beast, keeping him quiet, or taking someone, a child, or the pet to the dentist, the doctor, or the vet to get something done that they don't like to get, or presently spending in order to avoid disaster, suffering in silence and separation, and insecure without the tools, stuck not working or without help, in a bold move to free self or drive to see the fool with the open heart, who's free before dawn, defenseless and surrendering to the truth and deception, the Emperor in need of help at work, or kids being lazy. The Emperor with the High Priestess or his higher self in the dark night, or Pisces and Scorpio going to the King of Swords reversed on one side, and third party or negative influences rushing in passionately to him on the other side, right? So everybody wanting a piece of him. And that was at 222 here, or third party through work, unable to come together, unable and frustrated on how to express their feelings, rushing in passionately, and the King of Swords reversed, unwilling to listen. At 224, which is the High Priestess and the Queen of Wands. 222 would be the High Priestess and the Fool, and also it's room 222, which is a show about guidance counselors. The Emperor and kids with the King of Swords reversed, and the King of Swords reversed can be a lawyer, an advisor, counselor, can be police and military as well, or security system in your house perhaps. The Page of Cups unable to express their feelings. Bodyguard was coming up too for the King of Swords. The Page of Cups unable to express their feelings about third party or inability to come together, powerless to loss of big love at work, family and dependence draining finances, or with a loss of business, both family and independence are lost, or just everyone is draining him, his partner, his or her family and kids, bleeding out powerless, both sovereign and family paying out or losing money, pushing one who won't wake up out of bed, in separation trying to pull his heartstrings, or partner is sleeping and being lazy, refusing to leave in separation, offering sex in separation, or perhaps a miscarriage here. The Three of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and Ten of Pentacles were all reversed in a clump here, but the 6, 7, and 8 in the read of Pentacles are actually upright, so there's still hope here, as well as the King and Queen of Pentacles, who are both upright and together in the environment. Or So there could have been a miscarriage here, or having sex brought on someone's period, or recovering new growth or creative projects from the Queen of Pentacles and the world, or neighbors around the block, perhaps offering each other help or ideas. Soon as the Ten of Swords upright, ending pain or painful end, clarity comes to or about the King of Cups reversed, spreading rumors, spying, or negative self-talk, about old man offering love to the Empress reversed. The truth is presented to unstable home, or about unstable structure, or move to justice, judge, divorce, or Libra, with the Queen of Swords attorney, or the Queen of Swords Libra speaking her truth, or on behalf of judge, justice, divorce, or Libra, the Queen of Swords points to a bold move and travel, unable to come together as third party, or just legal rulings right now, rushing in with bodyguard, or ward of the court, or court clerk, or one at war within, or standing adamantly in their truth. If others don't like it, then they can walk away. Remember, the truth sets you free, but without the presentation of love, it is excruciating. And that I always quote from Two Popes. It's probably not exactly what they say, but you get the idea. Love is what releases you from fear and anxiety, especially with dysfunctional family or in financial losses, and a need to get busy with passion or getting physical to get your body in shape, right? To get some of that energy out of you. People wanted his time and money on one side, and a fight waiting for him on the other. Being love and passion is keeping him balanced while settling out, trying to make everyone happy. Libra, Queen of Swords, or Cancer, third party, or a negative group or bad influences, traveling with a bodyguard to keep negative people away. Or three women, Libra, Cancer, and Pisces, or Queen of Swords and Queen of Pentacles and a bodyguard, offering love and passion, new growth to release those in pain or those who are bleeding out at 251, which is the High Priestess and the King of Swords. So at 251 with the High Priestess and the King of Swords, which can be the King of Swords and his higher self, which is the Divine Feminine, there's big love between the Empress reversed, juggling or performing with Libra, and the King of Cups reversed, now with clarity, but still negative self-talk, and ignoring offers of love from a traveling group, perhaps. Perhaps there's job offers coming in, and staying emotionally detached in the ending pain business, or betrayal of partner, child, and or friend. The Divine Masculine sees himself as the Eight of Cups, walking away in downturn, slowdown, or this twist of fate, with lovers or affection and the Emperor, or the Emperor and his Libra lover, and the Knight of Cups is offering love. The Six of Cups reversed, negative past, or difficult kids may be coming clean to the Queen of Wands about the Knight of Cups in the Libra connection, or the Queen of Wands walking away to be love, or she offered love and the Divine Masculine walked away, or the kids came clean to the Queen of Wands who is rising to the occasion or supporting the Knight of Cups to offer love even if she doesn't agree with it, and that again can be in line with the parents offering their kids something they don't agree with. Or the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Cups are supporting the Emperor and lover's need to walk away or retire. Or that can be the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Emperor may be supporting the Divine Masculine's need to just walk away or retire. So keep an open mind. Religious factors and new love all came up for the masculine here. Or the Queen of Wands may be coming clean about her bad past or bad childhood, or offering their blessings to the Emperor and his lover, or along with the Emperor with affection, sending, to the masculine, walking away. Around him or how he is seen as the Eight of Wands reversed, delays in communication or travel, or holding back desires on purpose. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles are looking very loving together face to face here, and the King of Pentacles insecure and in need of tools to deal and manifest, and the Queen of Pentacles is offering passion, a project, or growth, creative abilities, perhaps sex. Or he is insecure thinking she has sex on the brain, or the Queen of Pentacles wondering if she should bring up the third energy, and the King of Pentacles feeling a little bit manipulative and insecure about it. Her making the first move could make him feel insecure, or did. The masculine needs to clear blocks of the Ace of Wands, the big flame, the third energy, the new passion that the Queen of Swords talks about, and reaping rewards under the radar. Also, the Knight of Cups could come up as a child star as well. Nature comes up here, but even more so for the masculine is taking a time out. And in nature, the Queen of Cups reversed with clarity in time. So somebody who may be grieving may gain clarity about the situation in time. The Starseed is upright with a big download. A bomb is dropped, crown is blown wide open, or free to leap in separation with new passion. The Queen of Pentacles, sealed divine feminine, who completes him. Free to settle out with the Page of Wands reversed and Sovereign reversed. Dependence on a quest for the impossible dream. Offering love and money to kids and or employees, bleeding out that they never came around to his way of thinking. The Queen of Cups reversed, Hierophant, Taurus, marriage, religion, establishment, or community, offers money or new life to their enemy or their challenger, stuck without peace and in need of sunshine, or with crazy kids, at 318, which is the Empress and the Moon. Or tired, drained, sick, and the establishment is paying off or giving out severance packages at 318. A big drop or blow to the Queen of Cups reversed in conflict with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, which can be mother and child. It can also just be her and her activities. It doesn't have to be another person. Workplace offering severance or settlement to give peace, or peace treaty with passionate Queen of Pentacles in separation. Or Taurus or workplace is trying to pay off a Leo reversed or Aries upright, the Queen of Cups reversed or the Queen of Pentacles upright, or to third party or a group that's disbanding, Cancer, Pisces, and Libra. Probably Queen of Cups reversed is letting go or is released in conflict, fight, battle, or a game with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, or paying the Queen of Wands to leave, who's just now over it. They're just done dealing with the situation. Or mother and child are fighting for a new start. Or Aries or Taurus, maybe a ball, it can be the same person as well. Aries or Taurus, or they have both in their chart, is coming up as a ball of fire, fights the Queen of Cups reversed to be free. And the Queen of Cups can be a Leo as well. And so the Knight of Wands coming up with the Queen of Wands at the end can be that star child, if there is a child star dealing, somebody may be dealing with a child star here. So here's where maybe the child star really has this talent and the mother wants to go on the road with the child. So they leave the masculine because they want, to give their child that, and that's the life they want too. Or the mother could be going for her stardom and the child wants to go with them. So there's some kind of energy there to that effect. Juggling the higher self and moving with the Emperor, or ascension within reason at the new moon before dawn, or deception of lovers and the Knight of Cups walking away without a word or without expressing their feelings, in surrender to unhappiness and challenged by the partner issues, or disconnect from soulmate in pain of betrayal, new passion of the big flame present, or a gift in a big bomb dropped, or fresh new start. The Queen of Cups is reversed, fighting for her sunshine, and the Knight of Wands and Queen of Wands are just over it, or just done grieving. Or the Leo is always fighting her kids, and the kids are over it, and freeing themselves. Performing with the higher self, or juggling, doing the dance, ascending within reason, or traveling with the Emperor before dawn, or at the new moon that just passed. The King of Wands reversed surrenders to exhaustion suddenly, and the Knight of Cups is unhappy at present, challenged by the Two of Cups reversed, walking away from all he's built, being painful but ready for a fresh start, holding back feelings, desires, communication, and travel with flames, new passion, waiting for the big bomb to drop. The Queen of Cups reversed, perhaps in tears, without peace, conflicted by the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands over their lot, who are over their loss and regret. Or kids are done grieving. New flame ignited in a fresh new start. Presently, a bomb is dropped, or incoming big download. The Queen of Cups reversed, no longer rejecting an offer in a battle with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands, now just over it. And there were major sirens going off right here at 341 to 42, which is the Empress, and the 41 and 42 are the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups. So there's a lot of love here. There's also a lot of interesting battling going on that seems like it's working its way out and getting resolved. Okay, so I'm just going to pull you a few oracle cards. It's getting late. I haven't even done the last three astrological signs yet. Okay, so from the Animal Tarot, everybody take a deep breath. For everybody watching, for the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? What do we need to know? What do we need to learn? All right, so let's clear all negative, let's clear all dark and viral energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned, and fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so from the Animal Tarot, what is our message? We have the Hermit, Firefly. Take time for contemplation to retreat and go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. Okay, so again, about being that lighthouse in the storm. Right, this is the time when you're being called to action to help others. The underlying energy is Ace of Summer, the Dove, which came up yesterday. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. So there's two other cards that wanted to be seen from this deck. We have the King and Queen of Autumn together. Look at that. So we have the Gypsy Vanner horse. I don't know if it's pronounced Vanner or Vaner. Everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. Okay, and we have blueberries, you notice, up there too. The vine. All right, and then we have the Belgian hare. You will be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. And we have thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious here. The King is charismatic, accomplished, compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. All right? So this could be definitely people going their separate ways. Someone's going off to be single, and another one is a single parent with children. Or these could be two people coming together as well. Okay? So, but just being that the Hermit, the beacon of light, and listen to your advice. Listen carefully to your advice, and keep your ears open for opportunities that may come in at the same time as being the beacon of light for others. So you have a lot of responsibility on your plate now, twins. All right, from the energy deck. All right, we have the energy deck here. Okay, what is our guidance from the energy deck here? Take a deep breath, everyone. Oh, we got the 39, which is the Knight of Cups, the 5th chakra Archangel Gabriel, who also came up in the read today. Was it today or yesterday? Now I can't remember. All right, but that's Gabriel always comes up in the read about mediating the masculine and the feminine in communication. And that's the Knight of Cups. All right, so the bottom of this deck is 25, which is deceit, and you look at that energy. So that's coming up as that Knight or Queen of Wands type of energy. 25 is the Knight of Wands, all right? So maybe some deceit going on with this Knight of Wands. So be aware of that without fear. So we have the Knight of Cups is great energy here. The Knight of Wands, you may not be able to trust. All right, so feel into your instincts, knowing what to trust. Okay, and then we'll do Metatron and we'll do the Kipper deck. All right, Metatron, what is our guidance from you? Remember that the Knight of Cups is really good energy. The Knight of Wands may look upright because the Knight of Wands is upright here, but we're showing deceit here. Okay, don't let them knock you off your beacon. Okay. All right, so from Metatron, what is our advice from this read? What was the purpose of the read today? What do you want everyone to know? Oh, look at that. The rainbow around the world. Metatron. Rainbow Bridge. So we're talking to Metatron. We have the Rainbow Bridge that definitely came up around the world this week. And I talked about the bridging today in the gateway. Always open. All right, so the 4D bridge, which is the bridge of love from the 3D to the 5D to the pot of gold on the other side, is always open. All right, and we have the angel's wings there too. Beautiful energy. It's 27, which is the Ace of Wands, which came in the block for the masculine today. That new passion. You may be afraid of that, right? And 27 is there. Don't be afraid of the rainbow. It's just the rainbow. It's happiness. It's you. Like how can the fit be scary? It's you. All right. Orange, connection and attunement. 24 is the Queen of Wands. So Queen of Wands needs to let off her extra fire energy by doing stretches to really get out whatever's stuck in the muscles and joints and things like that in your energy bodies. Okay, really stretch. That's been coming up a couple times. That's important. And we're saying stretch also to really stretch to see the rainbow, to see the good in the situation, right? The bridge is always open. Love is always there. Okay, and then we have the red of safety and strength and power coming up. And again, nature was coming up with the shaman today. 55 is the truth, the Ace of Swords. Okay, the truth in dealing with nature and not artificial things or deceit, right? And so much red here. It's about just having a strong foundation, keeping your foundation strong. And then the underlying energy is silver, warrior of light. And the sword, again, this is Excalibur, and 55 just came up with that foundation, right? So with the 55 of a strong foundation, there you have the truth. Without the strong foundation, the truth may not set you free because you may still crumble if you have a faulty foundation. Okay? And this is silver, and 30 pieces of silver came up, right? 30 pieces of silver. So the betrayal. So now you notice that we always play this out this time of year because this is the time of Easter. So it's the time of Judas's betrayal to Jesus and then the resurrection, which came up yesterday. So let's see from the Kipper deck. Last card, you guys. All right, for everybody, what is our final advice? Thank you, Metatron. All right, Jesus, since you guys are coming up here, Jesus and Mary Magdalene, what is your advice for us from the Kipper deck? What is your advice? All right, first card that's out is bad health. So make sure you take care of your health and stay on path. Right? This is the Jesus, Mary Magdalene path. All right, take care of your health. Right? And we're talking about him on the cross, so he's kind of making it funny about the bad health. Stay on the journey. Stay on the right path. The path with all the beauty and the butterfly, the love, the rainbow around the world, the 4D love path. Okay? And don't despair. Don't put yourself, the underlying energy is imprisonment. Don't imprison yourself in despair. Because just when you think all is lost, then someone is there to help you. Perhaps a wealthy woman or a wealthy man. Or perhaps you become the wealthy woman and the wealthy man and hit the jackpot. 777s. And there's a main man here too who's interested in courtship. Okay? That could be someone dealing in becoming a lawyer as well. Okay, so the underlying energy is here, the concern of the man about imprisonment or anxiety issues. There's some kind of concern here about lovers or affections between a father and son, because that was also coming up. Or there could be a marriage. There's, right, somebody waiting. And then there's marriage of lovers. And then this man with concern about imprisoning himself or others who are being imprisoned by the situation. Okay, so let me show you the cards. It's just 5513. So the truth, and then the death card. The truth shall set you free. Very cool. So there's the moon or Luna was reversed in this read. The recent past is the 9 of flames, the wounded warrior. The underlying energy here is the adept of chalices, that Knight of Cups. See the coffee cup? It's like a big tidal wave in a coffee cup. The central energy there is the 9 of Cups, but reversed. The challenge being the 2 of Cups reversed. The other underlying energies you see up there in the lovers, and there's the tower right there. And then the crowning position is the 3 of Wands upright, which is great. We go across the 4D bridge to the 10 of Orbs, which is upright, the ending of the pain, but it's not reversed yet, which I think is better. The Masson sees himself as the 8 of chalices, or 8 of cups, walking away, and around him, or how he is seen, is the 8 of flames reversed, right? Not expressing their desires, but they may have a reason for that. Or maybe they're just holding them back, so they can surprise someone. The blocks have to do with the Ace of Wands, the big flame, the new desires, the new passion, and there is a fresh new start with a big bomb drop coming in, or perhaps a new download. And look at the colors of the numerology cards. We have purple and green, so using your third eye and your heart to connect is very important right now. We have a fresh new start coming up, and the Queen of Cups reversed is above that. The 5 of Wands upright is above that. And then we have that Knight and Queen of Wands both upright, but they're both over it as well. If they were grieving, they're not grieving anymore. They're letting go of the wire in the road. Okay, and you see the underlying energy colors there too. So the sacral energies, that focus is going more away from the underlying energy and back into the heart again. Okay, so make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and rise and be love, guys. Bye.